A pleasant day to all of the listeners, and welcome to this very special and exclusive virtual podcast. So, my name is Andrew Joshua V. Canales, your podcast host for today's episode. So, today, sasamahan tayo ng very special guest para makipagtalastasan at para makipagkwentuhan para sa topic ng ating podcast ngayong araw, which is pagmamano bilang kulturang Pilipino sa perspektibo ng magkakaibang henerasyon. So, pag-uusapan natin kung ano nga ba ang kultura ng pagmamano sa sa Pilipinas sa punto de vista ng mga Pilipino sa iba't ibang henerasyon o sa mga Pilipinong galing sa iba't ibang henerasyon. So, bago tayo tuloy magsimula, kilalanin muna natin ang ating nagwagapuhang mga dear guest para sa araw na ito. So first, representing the millennial generation, we have Mr. Jasper Jan Roque. So Mr.
Yes, hello,
Roque
good morning.
was born in the year 1995 and he's currently an AB English student at Virgen Milagrosa University Foundation. So good morning, Kuya Jasper. Thank you for joining us today.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, sir.
Morning po.
Andrew, thank you for having me.
Welcome, Kuya. Next. Next, we have representing naman the Generation Z. We have Mr. Ioannis Adolfo. So, Mr.
Hello po.
Adolfo,
Good morning.
morning. So, Mr. Adolfo was born in the year 2000 and is an aircraft maintenance technology student. So, good morning, Yanni. Good morning, Ioannis. Thank you for
Good morning po sa lahat.
Hello, good morning.
So, last but definitely not the least, so representing the Generation X, we have Sir Romeo Dizon. So, Sir Romeo Dizon was born in the year 1969 and he is currently a faculty instructor at VMUF. So, good morning po, Sir Dizon. Thank you po for joining us today.
Hello guys, good morning. So, sounds familiar, Generation X, Z, and Millennial.
Yes po, sir.
Pero
Yes, sir.
it was actually a pleasure to be guest here. And this topic is actually very timely because we are degrading this traditional pagmamano. So I was thinking this is a good podcast in a way to tackle this topic, and maybe we can what you call this, we can actually have the tradition getting back to the previous generation, the way I was taught to. Kasi the time when I was like you guys, teenager, mga ganun, tapos college, we are used to uh, getting this respect for for these olds, for these seniors. Unlike today, parang hindi ko na nakikita. So I think it's a good topic uh, for this psychology subject ba to?
Yes,
So I mean, okay, thank you for having me, Mr. Andrew, and then likewise, good morning sa mga guests.
ayun. So,
Uh,
agree po
morning
ako,
din,
sir. Agree po ako sa sinabi niyo, sir. So, welcome po, sir. So,
okay.
ngayong nakilala niyo na yung mga ating mga dear guests, so let's start. So, from the topic ng ating podcast for today na pagmamano bilang kulturang Pilipino, so first, as a Filipino, so how do you define pagmamano? So let's start po muna kay Mr. Millennial, kay Jasper. As a Filipino, how do you define pagmamano?
Um, okay, well, basically, this is an act of taking the hand of the elders, uh, putting in on your forehead what do you call this? While you assume a slight bow position.
Ay, okay. So ikaw naman, Mr. Gen Z, how do you define pagmamano as a Filipino?
Parang, ay, ang pagmamano ay parang sign of respect and a request of blessings from elders.
Oh, okay.
No.
Very insightful. How about Sir Gen X? How do you
So,
think Pagmamano po?
as I was saying, this is also a sign of respect and acknowledgement of the blessing that you have from the previous generations, di ba? Yung mga, ano natin, inherited traits na ito, it is actually acquired from the previous generation. So, we'll continue like giving them respect also. Kasi acknowledge natin yung ano nila. But then, nawawala ito dahil sa, alam mo na, technology, ganun. So, right now, siguro, iba-ibang kasi ang way of respect. But then, pagmamano is unique. Just like Jasper said, ito yung taking the hands and then putting in your forehead of the person you're going to, yun,
Mm,
uh, get respect to other, okay.
So, naniniwala po ba kayo na yung pagmamano ay parang isang kulturang Pilipino po talaga? Endemic po ba talaga sa Pilipino?
I think it is from the way I read about this one. It is acquired from Chinese, I think, and maybe a little bit of Spanish tradition also.
Ooh.
Uh,
Wow. So yun, parang nadagdagan tayo ng knowledge ngayon, di ba? Ikaw naman,
Yes.
Dalanyaw. Kuya Dalanyaw, naniniwala ka ba
Oh.
endemic? Ang pagmamano?
Uh, na isa siyang kulturang Pilipino?
Yeah.
Well, it is indeed. Kasi perhaps I think it is one of the most common cultures that Filipino parents across the globe teach to their kids. Like, however, due to due to modernization, the way the younger generation respect or pay respect to their parents and their elders have evolved. Like from pagmamano to beso-beso. Kasi wala eh. Mas uso ngayon ng beso-beso eh. Parang kinaugalian na rin nila kasi hindi sila nasanay sa, pagmamano. Well, ako kasi, I was taught ang pagmamano the proper way.
So you believe that it was a Filipino culture talaga?
It is a Filipino culture. Kasi parang nakasanayan na rin kasi ng mga parents across the globe nga na itinuturo talaga yon. Like, ako, hindi naman parents ko yung nagturo sa akin. It was my lola because I was raised by my grandmother while growing up. Ayun.
Thank you, Mr. Dalanyaw. So what say you, Mr. Gen Z?
Ano ulit?
So, naniniwala ka ba na ang kultura ng pagmamano is an inherent Filipino trait or kulturang Pilipino talaga siya? In your own perspective.
Oo. Ang pagmamano parang nakasanayan na yan noon. Parang galing pa sa ninuno natin hanggang sa napasa na. Kaya, yun. Oo.
So, naniniwala ka dahil it's passed down sa generation.
Oo.
Okay. So next, tuwing kailan naman or anong mga circumstances kayo nagmamano? Ikaw muna, Mr. Gen Z.
Actually, kilala ko sila, tas nakita ko sila. Or minsan kasi kung may pumupunta sa bahay, hindi ko kilala. Kaya sinasabi ng mama ko na, magmano ka. O, yun.
Ikaw naman, Mr. Gen X naman po tayo, kay Sir Gen X.
ako ba?
Yes po, sir.
So, I was taught to get in this culture na parang respect to the elders when I was a child. Pero as I get old, parang sa akin parang nawawala na yung essence nito. Parang ang sa akin lang, if you see an old person, you can actually in a way, parang other than pagmamano, you can actually have shaken hand and then you can also just like a military, they have this SOP, right? If you have an elder or what you call senior, your salute is actually a way of getting this respect to the seniors, right? Para sa atin, sa ordinary Filipino culture, we can acknowledge this as, I mean, so parang exchanging what you call this, yung, uh, what you call, parang acknowledge naman na, ayun, uh, blessing siya sa iyo, nakita mo at the same time, it's a way of giving respect other than uh, getting this hand and then putting the hand in dito sa forehead. You can also act as parang sa handshake. Other than handshake, meron ding way of interpreting this respect also in other ways like hug and all that thing, right? Or even a kiss or short of kissing like that. So I think
Good, sir.
may mga ways tayo na pwedeng anyway, interpretin na pagmamano other than what? Parang related ba yun? Other than the pagmamano. And indirectly ngayon, especially sa COVID ngayon, you cannot just hold hands and then especially the older people or yung mga elders natin because they are prone to infections, right? What we do is distant. So siguro, my ways by sign language or what you call putting your hands in the breast and then bow like that. So there are other ways.
That's
As
good.
the technology evolve also, di ba? Especially when you're meeting nowadays, you give respect to me as acknowledging me in a way that, ayun, my presence is enough like that. Parang related naman yun sa respect o
Wow.
pagmamahal.
So, very insightful. So, marami tayong natututunan kay Sir Jason today.
It's only
Yeah.
my opinion. You have your own.
Yes, good, sir. So, ikaw naman, Mr. Millennial. So, tuwing kailan ka nagmamano or anong mga circumstances ka naman nagmamano?
Yun nga kasi ako, as what I have mentioned earlier, ako kasi I was a lola's kid. And I was taught by my lola with all the values that I actually apply while growing up. And usually, I do the pagmamano whenever there is a family visit or uh or or a family meeting ganyan or meeting new people or other people outside the house. And ano pa ba? I think kapag may church mass, after church mass, mga religious service and like also din siguro kapag after ng family prayer. Like yung kasi we usually do Angelus every 6 p.m.
Wow. So,
Ayun.
kuya, may specific kamay ba pag nagmamano ka?
May specific
Is it
kamay.
right or left? Or
Honestly, I don't know. Kasi walang ganyang naituro sa akin ng lola ko. And ang naaalala ko lang is yung sinabi niya sa amin na sa aming mga apo niya na magmano kayo sa mga nakakatanda sa inyo, sa lahat ng nakakatanda sa inyo. Na makakasalamuhan namin. Kasi para hindi daw kami masabihang bastos at para hindi din daw sabihin ng ibang tao na hindi kami naturuan ng mga magulang namin ng magandang asal. Yun lang.
So, parang it doesn't matter kung anong kaliwa or kanan, basta
Oo.
shows signs of respect talaga. So, ito na yung parang pinakamahalagang question for today. So, paki-describe naman po yung kultura ng pagmamano sa mga generations nyo. Like, kung ano po yung naranasan nyo sa pagmamano sa mga panahon nyo. Okay, let's start from the youngest. Gen Z. Okay, Gen Z. Paki-describe naman yung kultura ng pagmamano at this day. Mga panahon mo, your generation.
Noon kasi, hindi lang parents ko yung nagtuturo, kundi yung mga lolo ko tsaka lola ko. Sinasabi na pag kakilala ko or yung mas matanda sa akin, magmano raw ako, gano'n. Hanggang ngayon naman, nagmamano. Pero, parang kasi sa ngayon, yung mga bata ngayon, parang nakatutok na sa cellphone, parang hindi na nila na-apply yung pagmamano. Kaya parang mas nakasanayan noon.
So, may nakikita ka bang difference between sa generation noon tsaka sa generation mo? about sa pagmamano?
Ano?
May
Sa
nakikita
kayo
ka bang,
ulit.
may nakikita ka bang difference from your generation to the generation dati about sa kultura ng pagmamano?
Oo. Oo. Parang, nun kasi yung mga kalaro ko noon, pag nakita nila yung kakilala nila, magmamano sila. Pero ngayon, yung mga bata ngayon, wala na.
So yun, yung perspective mo. Ikaw naman, Mr. Millennial. So, sa generation mo, ano ang kultura ng pagmamano? Can you share?
Well, pagmamano sa family namin is customary. It's customary. And whenever you go, you have to pay respect to the people who's older than you, and at the same time, uh, itinanim kasi sa kokote namin na na kaakibat ng ng pagmamano is yung para paano ba sabihin yung parang nagpapa-dominate ka sa mga nakakatanda sa iyo kasi alam naman natin na kapag matanda mas maraming experiences, kaya kailangan parang igalang siya. So yun, parang sinabi lang na mas sa panahon kasi namin talagang kinakailangan namin yun na gawin kasi para hindi mapaya yung family namin. Kasi parang naging part na rin siya ng parang naging family pride na rin siya. Na you have to pay respect to everyone na mas nakakatanda. Even my lola, uh, she also pay respect to her ate. Kahit kahit 2 taon lang yung agwat, nag-bless ka. Samantalang ngayon, sabi ko, oh my God, it's just a uncommon thing na lang na madalang na lang makita. At parang ganun lang yung difference na nakikita ko. Sige.
Wow. So, an insight from the millennial generation, di ba? Mr. Kuya Jasper. So, kay Mr. Generation X naman po, so ano naman po yung kultura ng pagmamano noong generation nyo, yung mga panahon nyo po?
Well, as sa panahon namin, I was raised to like that, to give respect nga. And uh, just like Jasper said, na I witnessed yung mga mother ko, my lolas, and even the Japanese 1 year old, 2 year old, 2 years, ba ganun. They
Yes,
are actually giving respect by getting this pagmamano into their culture, or parang inherit na sa kanila yon. But in my case, during this is actually an observation kasi as Generation X, I practice that also in my in this family circle, but not necessarily sa mga ibang tao kasi nahihiya ka naman, siyempre hindi mo kilala, tapos even though you meet them in the public, you give respect by bowing na lang. So other than that, as I get old siguro, parang ang na-obserban ko sa akin, parang it is usual na sa mga Generation X, Generation Z na yan, they're actually parang more focus sa gadget nila, parang yun. They're with this tradition of pagmamano is nawawala na. And so parang ang nangyayari is that I can I perceive na parang it's normal na lang. I cannot say na parang I demand them to get my respect, parang ganun. But I also acknowledge their situation na parang due to this uh, due to this generation na daming mga technologies na, so parang magrespeto man o hindi, parang okay lang sa atin, parang ayos lang. But then I realized na this will actually get them some parang toward attitude na parang this can effectively parang get themselves into trouble, na parang subconsciously parang nangyayari is nawawalan sila ng respeto, then nanimula yung bullying, even sa mga matatanda, binubuli na nila. So, ang essence nito is parang this is actually the root of your parang impulsive attitude ng mga kabataan ngayon na very bully sila, di ba? Kasi nawawala na nga yun. So, I mean, as a sign of this parang observation, sa akin, uh, wala lang yung kahit hindi ka respeto, basta may bow, okay lang. At the same time, siguro, it will evolve again, yung mariretrieve yung the way na dati as pagmamano kung we get to normal. Especially nowadays, we are actually having this yung problem na COVID, right? So it will, again, diminish this culture kasi we don't actually encourage some holding hands tapos pagmamano ka. Especially, ang daming strain ng virus eh. So, ang prospect dito is baka lalong lumala. Andyan yung attitude ng mga kabataan na binubulo na yung mga matanda kahit na lalo na ngayon, especially because they are blaming this Generation X like us because of this mismanagement in the global warming, so ganun, tapon dito, tapon doon, mismanage namin. It's like parang yung generation nyo is like blaming us. That's why nawawala na yung essence ng pagmamano. Nawala sila ng respect because of our mismanagement, parang ganun. And during our time, walang gaanong family planning. Unlike you today, you're imposing family planning, right? O yung mga previous, gano'n. It's like, andun yung brain na previous generation have already imparted na may mali sa generation nila, and then tama yung generation na ganito, parang blaming nangyari, kaya nawawala rin yung pagmamano ba? So that is for my case. Siguro, mas maganda yung panahon namin kasi yung ngayon.
Wow. Diba? Very inquisitive, very insightful. So, anong reaction nyo doon, Mr. Gen Z at Millennial? Mr. Gen Z, anong reaction mo sa sinabi ni Sir? Ni Mr. Generation X, Gen Z?
Ay, actually, agree ako doon. Parang, mas nakasanayan noon yung pagmamano kaysa ngayon. Kasi, karamihan sa ngayon nga, yung mga kabataan ngayon, nag-cellphone, parang nasa bahay na lang sila, parang naging mahihain. Yun.
So, yun yung perspective mo. Ikaw naman, Mr. Millennial, any reaction doon?
Any reaction? Well, siguro, sakay naman ako dun sa sinabi ni Sir Dizon. Kasi totoo naman kasi, because of the modernization brought by technology in the modern day, ayun, unti-unti nang nawawala yung yung culture ng pagmamano sa ating mga Pilipino, which is may parang may counterpart nga doon ng Japan tsaka ang Spanish, which is sa Spanish yung beso-beso na na-adapt na rin natin. So parang parang from Filipino culture, naging mixed culture na siya. Yun lang. Nag-evolve yung kultura natin. Kaso, pagtungtong paglabas ng mga Gen Z,
Ay.
mas lalong nagbago.
So, why do you think that? Paano nyo nasabi po?
Kasi, parang, kasi, ako din kasi, parang, mabilis din ako mag-adapt eh. So, at first, I thought sa school parang, nung una, iniisip ko na, siguro yung mga bata mas magalang kaysa sa amin, yung mga bata kami, mga ganyan. But, no, it didn't pass my expectation. Na, okay, akala ko yung mga estudyante, nagkumano pa rin sa mga teachers, kahit na, hindi sila magka, ano-ano. Kasi usually, when I was in high school, I always used to do pagmamano whenever I can. Sa lahat ng mga teachers ko, sa mga priests na, alam mo yung mga people part of religious order, like mga priests, mga nuns, ganyan. So, ayun lang. Unting-unting nagbago eh. So, parang ako, nag-adapt na lang din ako. Because it's a Gen Z. Nagbago.
Wow! Di ba? Very insightful from a millennial perspective. So, di ba, narinig natin kay Mr. Gen
Okay.
X, kay Mr. Gen Z, at kay Mr. Millennial. So, another question dito is, kanino kayo kadalasang nagmamano? Parang, may specific person ba? Like yung sinabi ni Kuya Millennials kanina mga pare or kanino? Mr. Gen Z, ikaw? Dahil ikaw yung pinaka-bata
Um,
dito.
sa mga kakilala ko na mas matanda sa akin, nagmamano ako. Pero pag hindi ko kilala, hindi ako nagmamano pero ngumingiti na lang ako. Or nag-hi, gano'n.
Ay, okay. Ikaw naman, Mr. Millennials.
Uh, Basta yung ano lang, parang kakilala ng parents ko, kakilala ng mga ano, or kakilala ko na kunwari parents ng mga klase ko dati, ganyan. I always do perform the pagmamano, no matter what happened. Kahit pasama yung kamay nila, marami ang kamay nila, I will still do the pagmamano. Kahit sabihin nila na, basa yung kamay ko, basa yung kamay ko. No, it's customary. Kailangan ko magmano. Parang ganun. Baka mamaya nagbabantay yung lola ko at biglang magparamdam sa panaginip ko. Sabi ko gano'n.
Oh. Okay. So, parang nawala po ata si Sir Dizon. May technical difficulty. So, let's move on na po ba or hintayin po natin siya lang mag-reconnect?
Try na lang muna natin maghintay.
Okay.
Kasi sayang din naman.
Mag-share muna po kayo ulit, Kuya Mr. Millennial. Ay, ikaw, Mr.
Ano ba
Gen Z.
share ko?
Mr. Gen Z, ikaw. Kasi sinabi ni Millennials na medyo bastos. medyo lack of respect raw yung hindi nagmamano yung mga Gen Z ngayon.
Ay.
Hindi naman sa gano'n. Pero syempre yun ang tinuro sa amin, di ba? Ng lola ko.
Sa akin kasi mahihain ako. Kailangan pa akong sabihan ng mama ko na magmano ka, lalo na pag hindi ko kilala. Kaya, ang ginagawa ko nga, yun nga, nag-smile ganito.
Ay. Mr. Millennial, any reaction doon?
Well, I'm not correcting that. Pero, siguro, yung smile na yung parang, paano ba sabihin? Smile and then magbow ka na lang ng konti para mas maging respectful, di ba?
Suggestion lang naman.
Oh, so, do you think na may parang impact yung parang modern age ngayon sa pagmamano? Di ba? Dahil both millennial and Gen Z, di ba? Mas more, what do you call this? Oriented kayo sa modern technology ngayon. So, do you think na merong parang certain impact yung natin? Yung modern technology natin?
Technology really has a big impact. Ang daming nagbago because of technology. Like the way we reach and talk to the older people. Like for me, I even transition from so respectful to the formal person that I have right now. So sobrang laki ng nagbago because of kasi nowadays we are all aware that English language is the language of business. And English doesn't have that particular or particle in Filipino that we use, like the po and opo. So, instead of using the po and opo, okay, parang kapag Filipino yung nakarinig sinabi mo yun sa English, parang sabihin na, okay, wala ka respeto. Kasi yung lola ko, when she was still alive, nung nag-English nga ako, wala kang respetong bata. Kaya na sinasabi sa akin, Lola, English lang yung ginamit ko, wala lang po at opo, pero I uttered it with a sound of respect. Sabi ko, ganun yung parang nagbago lang sa akin because of technology. Ayun nga. Ayun. Sobrang laki.
Nahirapan actually akong mag-adapt pati yung lola ko that time.
Kasi nga, nauso yung Facebook, nauso ang Twitter. And then, Sa Twitter kasi, nung first ko nag-open Twitter, lagi kong nakikita, lagi kong fina-follow yung mga foreign celebrities like sina Tyra Banks, sina Michael Jordan, di ba ba, uh, yung mga reporters tsaka mga journalists from across the globe, and then the way they compose their tweets, it's so formal. So parang okay, I need to adapt this to pass or to get acquainted with the new norm. Parang ganun.
Very insightful. So,
Ayun.
sir, ayun, welcome back po, sir.
Sorry guys, I was cut off by these converts. I don't know what happened. So right now I'm back. So thank
Yes
you
po,
guys.
sir. So, yung question po, sir, is, do you think na yung modern age ngayon or yung modern technology is may kinalaman sa impact ng culture ng pagmamano sa mga Pilipino po ngayon, sir?
You mean intact
Yes, sir.
or
Yes, sir.
degrading? Or
Impact, sir, impact.
impact.
Or effect.
Okay. Yes, of course. Kasi parang nagiging we are get used to these video calls and all these distant ano tawag dito? Learning na parang ganito.
Distance learning.
The same time, video call, di ba? Meron tayong access readily sa mga kamag-anak natin. The same time, yung mga kakilala. So parang the essence here is yung familiarity, breeds contempt. Parang nawawala na rin yung call natin. Pagka-miss sa isa't isa dahil nandyan na, kung na yung malapit-lapit na i-call mo lang, nandyan na. So parang it deters yung pagmamano na paggalang na rin. Just like your family members, kung halimbawa nakikita mo parang minsan nakakalimutan mo rin yung magmano. I mean, because of this familiarity na parang nakakasalamuha mo lagi, and then gano'n. So, may impact talaga rin yung technology as well as yung generation na nag-i-evolve pa iba-iba. So, yun lang.
Wow. Ikaw naman, Mr. Gen Z, di ba? Mas more ka-oriented sa mga modern technology ngayon. Sabi nila, di ba, mga Generation Z. So, do you think na malaki bang impact ng mga technology or modern gadgets ngayon sa kultura ng pagmamano sa mga Pilipino?
Oo, kagaya ng kanina nga, yung mga kabataan ngayon, yung mga mas bata ngayon, parang nakakalimutan na nga nila magmano, di ba? Pero tingin ko dahil din sa atin, sa mga mas nakakatanda, kasi hindi natin minsan napapakita sa kanila kung yun nga, yung pagmamano, gano'n. Kaya parang tingin nila na, ay, okay lang pala na hindi na magmano, basta ngumiti lang, magbaw lang, yung gano'n.
So, yun yung perspective ni Mr. Gen Z. Any reaction po, Mr. Gen X?
Ay, sa akin nga, sabi ko, it is in a way na di-interpret yung paggalang kung kanya-kanya ng di-adapt some changes to the changes of time. I accept that one as acknowledge ko naman yun na sign of respect, similar to pagmamano na. Because of what is evolving, right? May mga changes na kinakailangan mong sarili i-adapt mo rin. Because of this technology. So, walang masakit sa akin. I mean, normal lang yun. Hindi ako naghihinanakit sa mga generations like that. Even my son or my daughter, kung mamano o hindi, as long as acknowledge pa, gano'n na, tawag ka, it's the sign of respect, parang gano'n. In a word, parang essence na related na rin sa pagmamano, pagbanggit ng pa. Unless nasa pangalan mo katatawagin, Romeo, gano'n. It's not a good idea to call your, yung seniors na in name, di ba? Kailangan may attachment na respect pa rin. Ganun.
Wow. So, yun po yung sa perspective ni Gen
Sa
X.
akin.
Wow. Okay. So, next question po. Kung kunyari po, I'm a tourist or parang foreigner, o kunyari British.
Foreigner ka na ngayon, gano'n.
O kunyari tourist, di ba? Bumibisita sa Pangasinan, gano'n. Tapos, sabi ko, nakita ko yung parang act ng pagmamana. So, sabi ko, oh my God, that's so bizarre. What is that? So, how do you explain as a generation of Filipino, how do you explain sa foreigner kung ano ang kultura ng pagmamano? Ikaw muna, Mr. Gen Z.
para madaling maipaliwanag, for sure, alam naman din nila yung yung handpiece, yung gano'n, o kaya yung bow, yung gano'n, para mas madaling ma-explain.
So parang ipapaano mo na lang yung gano'n.
Uh,
Ikaw naman, Mr. Millennial, di ba?
Ah,
How do you
Millennial
explain to
talaga eh.
tourists? Gano'n.
Nagkaroon ako ng bagong bagong call name. Well, okay. Pagmamano is a scene that may be that may seem rather peculiar to foreign traveler, but I would just say na it is our way of paying respect to elder people. Getting the hand of the elders and putting in on your forehead use with a slightly bowed position, and it has a counterpart in Japan and Spain, like, and we perform it with saying mano po. Mano is meaning hand, and po is a respect article, or an article in Filipino that shows respect. And uh, yun nga, kailangan usually kapag gumano ka, it will always, or it has to it has what we call this, it always has to be accompanied by the po and opo, by the po at the end of the to express your respect to older people.
Mm,
Yun lang.
so, yun. Yun pa yung perspective ni Mr. Millennial, di ba? Kung sasagutin niya yung foreigner. How about sa Generation Expo? How do you explain po sa tourists yung culture ng
Okay.
pagmamano?
Okay. Because several cultures of, especially Western countries, they have the different way of, tawag dito, having respect. So, especially, iba-iba kasi. If you have a foreigner that is coming from Middle East, iba rin ang customary nila. Also, Western culture, siyempre, i-orient mo sila. Just like us, being, what do you call this?
An immigrant to
Compatriot.
US, parang ganun.
Opo. Yes. In the particular, if you are an OFW, just like me, when I got my pilots going to Saudi Arabia, I was oriented with the culture of Saudis, right? Not to do this and do that because it's against their law. When they come to our country also, they have to be oriented before they get here or before they land in the airport. They're going to be oriented already, at least by their own agencies or yung ano nila doon sa nila. Otherwise, kung hindi pa, ang masasabi lang is ang masasabi mo lang to get them to the culture na ganyan is to practice. So practically, ayun, let them know na ganito, we have this culture that the elders are going to are actually being respected by giving pagmamano. So if you see somebody is nagmamano na foreigner, then that's a good example na pwede nilang gayahin. Ganon. But that is discretion nila kung gusto nilang i-adapt yun kasi foreigner, right? We are actually campaigning for the tourists, right? Kung inilit, mahirap. Kung pusa, mas maganda. You can see several YouTube may mga nagmamano, di ba? Na foreigners. So why
Yes, sir.
you can actually let them watch this one as this will be encouraged
Wow.
to be foreigner, right?
Yes.
Parang ganun na.
So, kung may mga foreigner listeners tayo, di ba? Kung may mga foreigner watchers tayo for this podcast, marami talaga kayo matututunan. And likewise, sa mga Filipino rin, di ba? Di ba, from perspective of Mr. Gen X, from Millennial, and to Mr. Gen Z. So, very insightful po yung mga sinasabi po nila. So, very worthwhile. So, another question. So, narinig naman po natin kanina sa mga sagot kanina na may mga alternatives kung paano magpakita ng respects other than pagmamano. So, may mga nabanggit po kanina. Kindly elaborate pa po. Okay, Mr. Gen X po muna. Ano po ba yung mga alternative from other Yan. Other than pagmamano po. Alternative to show respect po, other than pagmamano.
Sino mauna ako?
Yes po,
Hello?
sir. Gen X.
Okay. I was thinking iba yung tinatanong mo. So, sa akin, the alternative way is to, especially when you are actually in distant form, like meeting like this, then you can actually, hindi mo naman pwedeng hawakan ng kamay. So, by words, you can actually verbally acknowledge good evening and then good evening po. Tapos banggitin mo pangalan and then I miss you, ganun lang. Tapos I wish you were here. Parang ganun. Yung parang yung longingness na parang gusto mong kapiling siya, parang ganun, di ba? So that means it's a sign of or a related form of respect. So parang just a mere saying of good evening, kuya, ganun, acknowledge the name, then that's a form of respect. And other way, how do you, so pagka dito sa COVID naman, in this case, sa during this time, so if in case you're coming from outside and then going home, tapos may elder na nakita or your father is there, then you should first ano yun, uh, conduct yung hand washing, tapos bago ka magmano at least, di ba? Other than that, kung close contact, I mean, kung malayo or what you call it, distant na relative, halimbawa, siguro avoid na lang kasi mahirap yung ano, yung contact tracing, di ba? Pagka nagkaroon ng infection,
Tama po.
di ba? So you should be limiting also sa pagmamahal. Minsan, in a way na parang ganun lang, bow na lang. Tapos, hi, kuya, ganun lang, inward.
So, ayun,
Minsan na, hindi pwedeng ano naman.
so, ayun po yung
So,
perspective ni...
I was thinking ganun na lang. Parang, it's my idea. You can have other means, maybe.
So, ayun po yung perspective ni Mr. Dizon as a member of the Generation X. Ikaw naman po, Mr. Millennial.
Can
And
you restate the question?
ano po yung nakikita yung parang para alternative para sa pagmamano? May nakikita po.
Ako hindi ko siya nakita. Hindi ko nakita yung alternative na ito. Pero I'm doing it. I'm applying it nowadays because of pandemic. Parang naging alternative way ko na to pay respect to other people yung mag-smile ng yung genuine smile and then magtawa na lang. I just bow my head na lang. Tapos good morning po, ganun. Or good evening, good afternoon, ganun na lang. After ng smile tsaka pagbabaw. Naging alternative ko na yun.
So,
Kasi nga sa COVID-19. Oo.
So, smiling, then bowing.
Bow a little bit and then, breathing.
How about you, Mr. Gen Z?
Napanood ko kasi sa TV na ngayon nga, pandemic, bawal ang pagmamano. So, ang sabi nila, sa ngayon daw ay hi, kaway-kaway na lang daw. Pero ngayon parang hindi ko naman na-apply. Nagmamano pa rin ako. So, yun.
Of course, pero inaalam mo naman yung safety measures, di ba, Mr. Gen?
Oo.
Ayun, so very insightful po. So, natanong na rin kanina kung ano yung difference ng kultura ng pagmamano sa isa't isa. Pero, ngayon, para i-elaborate po natin, so ano po yung nakikita yung big difference ng kultura ng pagmamano noong generation nyo sa generation ng iba? Pwede nyo pong i-ano si millennials, you can choose generation ng mga millennials, or generation ng mga Gen Z, or generation ng mga boomer, or generation ng mga Gen X. Ikaw muna, Mr. Gen Millennial. Ay, Gen Millennial. Mr. Millennial.
Okay. So, may pagka-Steve Harvey ka na rin, Mr. Canales. Charot. Okay, so, siguro yung big difference na lang na mako-compare ko is from my millennial years to Gen Z. Kasi super different na yung perspective ng generation namin when it comes to pagmamano. Kasi usually sa parents, sa family and relatives namin, customary talaga yon. Unlike nowadays, na parang napapabayaan na lang kasi yung mga kabataan nowadays, their eyes are glued on TV, their hands are glued with different variety of gadgets. Minsan nga yung pinsan ko, yung pamangkin ko, uh, ano siya, you know what, she's already watching the television and she's also playing on her iPad, like super multitasker. And while doing those things that she loved, she also speak to her grandma the way she's comfortable, the way she is comfortable. And then parang okay, sabi ko gano'n. Yung mga bata ngayon parang hindi na talaga naturuan. Instead of pagmamano, kiss na lang sa cheek. Ayun, super, parang naging bizarre sa akin, you know. Ayun lang.
Wow. Yung pinakita ng big difference, di ba? Kay Mr. Gen Z siya, nagbate.
Oo.
Ikaw naman po, Mr. Gen X.
Ako?
Pinakita po, big difference. Hindi po kayo ng generation.
Mixture na sa akin. I was thinking na there are actually changes, pero it depends on the families, circles na involved or
Yes, sir. Depende rin po sa circle of families.
kasi iba-iba
Totoo
yung
yan.
pagpapalaki sa kanila, di ba? But then mine is siguro parang ang boring kasi ng sa generation namin. It accompanies with pag nagmamano ka, ibig sabihin may kaakibat na parang kismisan pa after that. You're actually especially in the pag may mga okasyon sa amin dati. So parang it involves a lot of parang kwentuhan. Aside from that, yung kasunod nun pagmamano usually ang na-observe ko ngayon is sa okasyon, although sa okasyon ngayon ng mga generations tayo, di ba? Parang ang mga kabataan, they are not aware of this mga okasyon na parang aware sila na boring nga yun, tapos ayaw nilang attend parang they are limiting their participation sa gatherings. And so, parang nawawala na rin yung tradition na may okasyon, nakakalimutan na nila yung pagmamahal. So, I think that is the comparison between mine and yung sa iba.
Wow.
Which is actually walang gadget noon sa amin, and then yun, ang daming gadgets, so they're multitasking, sabi ni Mr. Jasper. So that's it for me.
May gusto akong idagdag sa sinabi ko.
Okay, sure lang po, sure lang.
Parang ngayon din, nowadays din, parang nagbago na rin yung perspective ng generation din sa pagmamano. Like karamihan ng mga bata ngayon, kapag sinabing humingi ng aginaldo sa ninong, kaakibat na nun yung pagmamano eh. Like pagmamano kasi parang
They expect something.
naging part na, nag-expect sila, like, kasi yung mga bata ngayon, nag-expect sila ng 5 pesos, which is, we're all aware na si Emilio Aguinaldo yung nasa 5 pesos. And then yung pagmamano, tinawag siyang Aguinaldo dito sa may community namin.
So they are connecting now yung
Yung
pagmamano.
pagmamano to Aguinaldo na
Nagiging-
nakukuha ng mga bata.
Associationism, gano'n. Kina-associate.
Oo.
Wow. How far we've gone.
Yeah. Yun lang, yung napansin ko.
Yung batang
Tama yun.
Actually, nung last year ko lang napansin yun eh. Nung
So, parang-
matanda ko ng isang gathering, Christmas, December nun.
Kahit yung ngayon sa Facebook, di ba, pag December time, ang daming mga nagninginong tapos, po ninong,
Yes
ganun.
po, sir.
Kasi, time for giving na nga. Yan, expecting something. Tapos, ang daming ninong namang na sorry, gano'n na lang.
Yung iba nagtatago kasi walang budget.
So, ikaw naman, Mr. Gen Z, anong reaction mo doon? And sagutin mo muna yung question, then reaction mo sa mga sinabi nila.
Ano na yung
Ano yung nakikita mong big difference from your generation sa ibang generation? Mamili ka doon.
mas nakasanayan nga noon yung pagmamano. Pero yung kabataan ngayon, yung mga generation ngayon, parang hindi na nga nila gano'n nagagawa. Ngayon po, dahil kasalanan rin ng mga mas matatanda,
Oy.
Kasi
Or,
wait lang, wait lang. Kasi, wait lang. Sinasabi nyo na, magmano ka, ganyan. Pero, hindi mo pinapakita kung paano. Tayo nga minsan kapag may mga pumupunta, I mean, depende naman. Pero minsan hindi tayo nagmamano, yung ganon. Hindi nakita ng mga bata. Kaya
I
parang sabi
think,
nila,
I
ganon,
think,
nababawasan.
I need to react on that.
yes, kasi. Ala, Gen X versus Gen Z.
Oh.
Kasi, it is not our fault, actually. Generally, parang ganun na lang, indirectly. But then, hindi siguro. Kasi, ano we're getting into parang liberated na mindset ng mga kabataan ngayon. Di ba? You cannot dictate what they want to do. Because they are actually mga, andan na yung Facebook, andan na yung lahat ng Twitters, mga ganyan. They are open to this thing here. So, nagiging westernized sila. So, that they adapt yung parang, parang to changes. Instead of, kissing or something like, kung na lang, ibang gesture.
So, parang malaki po yung influence ng social media talaga.
So, that is the thing here. They are free to orient their own kung
Hindi lang naman social media, katulad nung na-mention ni Sir, it also depends on the circle of family na meron yung bata nowadays.
Agree.
So, yun yung na-mention ni Sir Dizon earlier.
Yes.
So, anong conclusion niyo dyan? Do we need to modify the family structure of family, tawag dito? Education sa GMRC, mga ganun? I think there is something like the involvement of the, di ba?
Siguro po. Kasi po sir, di ba, dahil nga sabi ni Kuya Milan yan, na sabi niya rin po na dahil galing sa iba't ibang family, type ng family mga Filipino na iba, syempre,
Yes.
minsan nagmamano, may culture sa pagmamano, yung iba, kaunti lang. Siguro ang best solution siguro dito is yung education. Since mandatory,
Yes.
mandatory yung education. Siguro doon na lang po
Just
siguro.
like Japan, they maintain their culture. Japan.
Yes, sir. Na-maintain nila sa Japan and then sa Spain.
Wow, very insightful. Now, so, sa tingin niyo po, does it say a lot po ba yung culture ng pagmamano sa character and behavior ng mga Pilipino in general?
Sa observation ko, sa akin muna.
Yes,
Sa,
Sir Janet.
siyempre, andyan, kasi it will modify their, yung behavior directly sa ganyang, ganitong time, especially sa modern culture natin. Because of their exposure, di ba? Pag nakikita nilang hindi ginagawa ng iba, gagawin nila. Iba yung
Social learning theory, Albert Bandura.
parang din, effect nun sa kanila, di ba? Parang na out of pass na lang sila sa ganun. Parang nabubuli pa tuloy kung ganun na. Parang iba yung perception nila sa oldies ka, parang ganun. Di ba?
Oh, Gen Z.
Cannot accept parang yung changes sa pero lang kung interested ang siguro ang Department of Education na i-impose yung
Wait lang, note lang ako saglit.
Ay, okay lang po.
May gagawin lang ako saglit.
Ikaw naman, Mr. Gen Z.
Oh!
Gen Z muna.
Ano ulit yung tanong?
So sa tingin mo, does it say a lot yung culture ng pagmamano sa character at behavior ng mga Pilipino in general? Parang yung kultura ng pagmamano, malaking impact niya sa behavior at character ng mga Pilipino.
Para sa yun ng pagiging Filipino, I mean parang tayo lang yung mayroong mano. Pero sa iba, sa ibang bansa may bawhan, kissing ganon tayo, pagmamano. Para sa yun, hinuro pa yung sa atin ng yung mas mga nakakatanda. Ganon.
Parang may mga digging si Gen Z to Gen X.
I sometimes I agree na ganun nga talaga kasi nakikita mo ngayon sa social media, they are so influenced by this culture na parang masyado silang bullies yung mga bata ngayon, di ba? Even mga matatanda, kaya nilang ibuli. unlike na sa panahon namin, you cannot see something like that na pwede mong itulak-tulak na lang yung matatanda or what you call bullies in a word sa reaction ng mga sa social media. Makikita mo rin yun, di ba? Especially, walang matanda dito. Pare-parehas tayo. Anong nangyayari sa social media? Lalo pag matanda ka, hindi mo alam ang sinasabi mo. Pupuksain ka talaga
Opo,
ng mga
sir.
bata. Di ba? And
Yes.
that means, that changes everything. Especially this, kasi natanda mo na. Ganyan pa ang utak mo, ganun. Especially, 30. Si presidente natin, yung binabastos, di ba? 70 plus na yun.
Wow.
So, where's the respect? Parang nawawala talaga.
So yun po yung perspective.
Unlike sa ibang bansa, I think, kahit na anong sabihin ng president, kahit sa US, di ba? Ang US is liberated example. Masyadong liberated. Sobra. Over democracy ang nangyayari doon. And they can even go to march in the Senate yata. Ang daming namatay. During the Trump administration transition, di ba?
Yes po, sir.
Parang sobra-sobra. Binabato pa yung limousine ni Trump, di ba? Mas sobra dito. Walang ginagawa yung pulis doon.
Opo. Hinahayaan lang.
No. Pero sa Pilipinas yun, baka nagpakawala
Nagkaroon
na
na ng
ng
assault. Ganyan.
Pinay, no?
Oo, sigurado po.
So yun, so narinig po natin yung perspective ni Mr. Gen X at Gen Z, di ba? Tension in the air. Ikaw naman po, Mr. Millennials. So do you think na does it say a lot po ba yung kultura ng pagmamano sa behavior and character ng mga Pilipino in general?
Oo naman, syempre. Kasi parang hindi mo naman kasi matututunan yung pagmamano without the teachings from the elder people. So when we say elder people, it is imperative that those elder people will also teach you the values that you have nowadays, right? Which is me na yun nga, I was raised by my grandmother and she just not taught me about the pagmamano, but she also taught me everything I need to know when it comes to values and proper behavior that that na kahit naipapakita ko sa ibang tao para hindi mapahiya yung family namin kasi that's what she always taught me na that is our family pride. Watch out for your behavior, always pay respect, and people will also respect you. Parang equal measure. Parang ganun yung sinasabi niya sa amin that time.
Wow.
So, sobrang laki nung to play nung pagumano, tas nung culture sa behavior naming mga millennials.
Can I ask something here? Kasi
Yes,
we are
yes.
focusing ourselves to this culture, di ba? Why don't we ask or relate this pagmamano sa ibang religious sect sa mga different organization? Di ba? Do you see these Muslims nagmamano din? Or do you see some of these iglesias na nagmamano din? Or are we only focusing on Catholics?
So in Filipino in general po kasi. So,
General po ba?
yes po.
So, nakikita rin to sa mga Muslims.
So maybe may
Pagmamano.
interference yung beliefs nila. Pero most Filipinos siguro.
If I may ask, to how many percent na Muslims nagpa-practice? So, ibig sabihin, nakakon lang tayo sa pagmamano, culturally related sa
Behaviors.
Siguro.
Kaya.
sa character.
So let's parang
Ayun.
gumawa tayo ng another podcast naman for
Okay.
pero for now, di ba? Let's focus on the general and psikolohiyang Filipino talaga. So, speaking of psikolohiyang Filipino, so last question. So one of the main values of psikolohiyang Filipino or yung main core values ng psikolohiyang Filipino is yung word na kapwa or yung shared inner self. So, as a millennial, Gen X, Gen Z, so do you think that the culture of pagmamano is somewhat related sa pakikipagkapwa?
Oo.
Nag-oo ka, Mr. Gen Z. Ikaw mo.
Ay, oo. Kasi, di ba, ang pagmamano ay respect. Isa sa halimbawa ng pakikipagkapwa ay yung matutong tumanggap ng sasabihin ng iba, yung parang respeto sa opinion ng iba. So, ang pagkakapareho nun ay respeto. So, I think, pareho. Under.
Under siya na pakikipagkapwa. So, ayon kay
Oo.
under po siya. Ikaw naman, Mr. Gen Z, ay Gen X.
Ako?
Opo.
So, siyempre, it is interconnected yung pakikipagkapwa, di ba? Unless ah, na sinabi mong yung respect is not part of the, ano, what you call this, community, tawag dito parang sa pakikipagkapwa. So, ang sa akin lang is that when you give these values to other, share these values to other people, may domino effect yan. So, it is actually somewhat dispersing these good characters sa other to, in effect, parang ma-influence mo sila. Parang it will be yung parang exponential na, ayun, yung parang ma-distribute yung good values. Generally, it is inherent sa culture natin noong una panahon. And I think before the Spanish and the Chinese came in here, we are Muslim. So probably mga Muslim, they have their own ways of what you call this pakikipagkapwa also, which is also maybe similar to parang pagmamano, ganun. And they pass this to generations by generation, adapted. Nag-change lang ng konti due to influence ng Kastila, influence ng Chinese. Andyan yung uh, ano, andyan yung pakikipagkapwa, di ba? So it's just like tawag dito. Just like yung mga tawag dito, mga pakikipag o sa lamay o tawag dito. Pag may namatay tapos you are actually going there to uh, makidalamhati, sa kanila, di ba? To share. So, their misfortune. So, parang ganun. So, andyan din yung I think yung pag lilipat bahay, tama ba yun?
Bayanihan.
Bayanihan, di ba? This is interpreted na may bayanihan din sa online. Sa atin naman, may bayanihan na during this time of COVID, meron tayong mga binibigay na get what you want, get what you need, tapos palitan mo ng na ayon sa'yo.
Wait lang, Drew.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Sige, sir, continue, sir.
I thought,
So ba?
ayun, tama yun, di ba? Ang sabi ko nga, so, it is affected by yung tawag dito, you call it the pakikipagkapwa, which is actually affected. Since you can pass on the different individuals yung good traits mo, at the same time, yung bad traits na ginagawa mo, kung nakikita nila na ganun din yung gagawin sa'yo. Or other than that, hindi magpo-prosper yung good values na pwedeng i-adapt sa isang community o pwedeng impart sa ibang community. So, ang sa akin lang, mas magalang ang iguro kaysa mga pangpanggenyo. Yun ang observation ko. That's why, siguro mas intact yung culture nila kaysa sa ibang dito sa community na to. Parang ganun.
So, parang ano rin po, so parang agree rin po kayo na yung pagmamano is related talaga siya sa pakikipagkapwa.
Yes. And this, siguro, this, from this Buengues province, the people there are actually practicing that, tawag dito, mas kung sila doon. They are applying it in their life, routine. Sa kanila parang hindi tulad sa ibang lugar na mas liberated. So, parang ganun. Ang nangyayari is that pag nawawala yung pakikipagkapwa, ibig sabihin nun, nagiging liberated ka, nagiging westernized sa akin ang nangyayari. Parang ang Western culture is the most culprit in this thing, yung partly.
Wow. Very
Diba?
insightful po from Generation X. Ngayon naman po kay millennial. So ulitin ko po yung tanong. So sa psikolohiyang Filipino is ang main core values niya is yung word na kapwa or yung shared inner self. So as a millennial naman, so how do you think that do you think na yung culture of pagmamano is somewhat related sa pakikipagkapwa, Mr. Millennial?
Well, Mr. Canales, magdi-disagree ako dyan.
Why?
Magdi-disagree ako dyan. Kasi, ang pagmamano kasi is showing a kiss of respect a kiss of respect to elder people. And we're all aware that elders are a human library of what we call this, of wisdom rich experiences that may come in handy during tough times. Like nowadays, ang daming naituro sa akin ng mga matatanda around my community, and that's why I show them or I honor them, and I listen to their words and follow their examples. Unlike dun sa sinabi mo pakikipagkapwa, I think they are not related kasi yung deep regard to yung deep regard for fellow human or the pakikipagkapwang tao is like sacrificing your sacrificing your own comfort for other people. And I think that is one of the most gratifying deeds of a human can do, like us, that we can do a gratifying deed na pwede natin gawin. And then it also sets an example to other people who might remember you when they encounter the same situation, especially albeit unconsciously, you are spreading good vibes to by pakikipagkapwa tao. So, parang different matter, magkaiba sila. Yun lang. Kaya nag-disagree ako.
Wow, so according kay Mr. Millennial, ang pagmamano ay hindi masyadong related kay pakikipagkapwa. So any reaction po, other generation? May reaction po ba kayo?
Sa akin, I mean, sabi ko nga may relation but not necessarily 100% related. Sa akin lang kasi, it affects somewhat yung tawag dito, pakikipagkapwa, which is from the root na culture natin na pagmamano, di ba? When you see this connection here na sinasabi ko, it is because of the good purpose ng pagmamano. So you inspired the others. Pag nagmano ka, ibig sabihin, you just continue or what you call this, you acknowledge the good values that that person is actually have this person status is. O, halimbawa, hindi ka rin pwedeng magmano siguro sa taong I mean what you call this, what you call
Hindi mo kinalagyan.
yung parang yung tao na hindi actually contributing something, di ba? Gusabos, gano'n, di ba? I think there's some limitations naman, di ba? Not necessarily sinabi mo ang sinabi mo is you have what do you call this? You have a kin na nakulong, but that means hindi ka na pwede magmano dahil respectable siya, di ba? So, ang sabi ko is probably meron siyang connective na gano'n. So, it can actually spread love and it's good vibes also na gano'n. Acknowledge mo yung good na ginawa niya, at the same time, yung respect na inherit na family circles.
Wow.
Hindi totally na hindi totally actually dito. I cannot connect, but the thing is it's acknowledgement of that person's good deeds, that thing like that. Not necessarily
Yes, sir. Parang naging imperative na lang yung parang pagmamano kasi mas matanda sa iyo yung tao, parang ganun, sir.
you give parang you give some sort of space.
Some sort of okay po.
Kasi pag nakita mo in between this priest and then you have your father, right? Which is more parang may related. So you give this priest paggalang by pagmamano, at the same time yung father mo, because they are influential in this community, right? You acknowledge their work, parang ganun. Pero less to the people na may mga bad behaviors, bad past, or what they call history, mga ganun, di ba? At least may limitation. So, that means merong effect.
Wow. So yun po. Wow, very insightful. Galing po kay Mr. Gen X. Ikaw naman, Mr. Gen Z, ano reaction po sa sinabi ni Mr. Millennial kanina?
Um, opinion naman niya yun. Respeto, syempre. May kanya-kanya tayo opinion. Sa akin kasi, hindi, magkaiba ang pagmamano sa pagkapwa. Pero, may isang pagkakapareho yun. Yun na yung respeto. So, tingin ko, agree ako na, part siya ng pakikipagkapwa.
Wow.
Yun lang.
Very insightful rin kay Mr. Gen Z. So yun, so dun na po nagtatapos ang ating podcast for today. So marami tayong natutunan mula sa perspective ni Mr. Gen Z, ni Mr. Millennial, at ni Mr. Gen X. So thank you po for sharing your perspective about sa pagmamano bilang kulturang Pilipino sa perspektibo ng iba't ibang henerasyon. So before we end this podcast, meron po ba kayong parang nais iparating sa mga fellow ka-generations nyo or sa ibang generation about sa pagmamano po, sa kultura ng pagmamano? Let's start sa pinaka-bata, Gen Z.
Ah, um, parang hindi na napapractice ngayon ng pagmamano. Pero hindi pa naman huli ang lahat. Pwedeng magsimula sa atin muna para may pakita natin kung paano.
Mr. Millennial?
Okay, so in line with the culture, cultural continuity, parang masasabi ko na lang na continue being patriotic, and we should also promote our own culture. Promote our own culture, not just for millennials, not just for Gen Z, but also for Gen X. And by promoting, we mean we promote it, pero we should also pay respect on how that particular culture originated or came from, so that ang mga kabataan na susunod is maging aware bakit piniperform yung ganitong culture, ganyan, yun lang. So let's not just forget our culture.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Gen
Kasi
X.
okay,
Sige,
kasi
continue po, Mr.
it's
Millennial.
our it's soul of our humanness as a Filipino.
Yes,
Yun lang.
agree. Mr. Gen X po, any
I
important...
think we need more push in this GMRC on this one because it is actually affecting our this succeeding cultures as well. It will deteriorate as cultural or tradition if we don't impose this as parang yun, customary sa every one natin, di ba? Kasi I don't see improvement. I think lalo sa involvement ng itong social media. So let's practice it na lang as a way of yung presenting ourselves na we understand this GMRC as part of our as part of this role as individual na lang, di ba? It has deter actually this progress that we're aiming in as a country. So why not practice it, di ba? It is actually an inspiring inspiration, source of inspiration rather than deterrent of this progress that we're aiming, especially this new technology involvement. So ganun lang. Let's continue and practice this yung culture na to, which is spread of sort of parang spread of love din yung pagmamano with all this or yung mga natin seniors, especially yung their achievement is actually acknowledged, right? Kahit maliit man o wala, at least they are encouraged to do better.
Very agree po. Very agree. So, wow. So yun guys, so very insightful and very informative. So let's give our guests a virtual hand of applause. Round of applause.
Okay guys, Thank you din.
So,
Appreciate the
so thank you po,
attendance.
mga guests. Thank you po,
So
sir.
thank you for having me, Mr. Canales.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Canales, thank you very much.
Thank you
God
po.
bless.
Thank you po. Thank you, Mr. Janzi. Goodbye. So dito na
Thank
po
you.
nagtatapos.
Salamat.
So dito na
Bye.
po nagtatapos ang ating podcast for today. So thank you for listening and watching, guys. Stay safe and God bless po. Bye.
Okay, likewise, likewise. Stay safe.
Thank you po, sir. Thank you, Kuya Jasper. Thank you, Yani.
Thank you.